Hello, hello, everybody. We are going live for the first time on this page, and I'm going to address something I've been looking into this past week or two, which is organic produce really healthier? Is it really worth the money to spend on the more expensive organic produce at the store? And kind of what have the studies found? So I am just going to jump right into some of the reasoning behind organic produce and kind of what some of the thinking is behind it. So one of the things with organic produce, one of the appeals of it is that in order to be labeled organic, it cannot use any pesticides on it, and so it's assumed that the organic produce is going to be lower in pesticide residues. One of the other thoughts is that organic produce is actually higher in antioxidants, and this is one of the things that I found kind of interesting and really wanted to find out if this was true or not. The thinking is that because pesticides aren't used, that the produce has to come up with higher antioxidant levels so that it can fight off disease itself. And so I thought that was an interesting question. I wanted to know if that really is the case. And it's also considered to be more environmentally friendly when it's grown organically. And there are some claims about being lower in heavy metal toxins like cadmium. And so yeah, that's some of the things that I've been looking into. So the research is kind of back and forth on it that I found. However, hi, looks like Kelly's on here with me. Hey, sis. So some of the research that I found is, I'm going to hop over to this research here. So the best one that I found was a 2014 study in the British Journal of Nutrition, and it entitled "Is Higher Antioxidant and Lower Cadmium Concentrations and Lower Incidence of Pesticide Residues in Organically Grown Crops, a Systematic Literature Review and Meta-Analysis." And so this was a meta-analysis. They looked at 343 peer-reviewed publications and kind of just compared all of the data on them. And so basically what the bottom line of this study is they found that the organic produce was, in fact, actually substantially higher in antioxidants, and this was really interesting to me. They tested them for a whole range of different antioxidants throughout the studies, and there are thousands of antioxidants, but they tested for a bunch of the common ones that we're familiar with. And there was a statistically significant difference in the amount of antioxidants in the produce that was conventionally grown versus organically grown. So I thought that was very interesting. They also tested for looked at pesticide residues among all these studies, and they again found a statistically significant difference in the amount of pesticide residues in favor of the organic produce. It was lower, much lower in the organic produce. And then they looked at a heavy metal toxin called cadmium, which is produced in, I guess, mining, and then it's also used in some fertilizers. And so it makes sense that could possibly be lower on the organic produce, and it was. There was a much lower amount of cadmium found on the organic produce versus the conventionally grown produce. And so there's one study that did verify. It was a study that looked at 343 other studies, and the organic produce did come out on top in that study. Another more recent article in the Annual Review of Public Health, 2017, March of this year, also took a look at organic food in the diet, exposure and health implications. And so So they also confirmed that organic food is more nutritious and lower in pesticides, but they kind of also explored whether, we really don't know for sure if pesticides, how adversely they reflect on our health, basically, is what they looked at. So there's just a few of the recent research that's come out on that I looked at, and there's a bunch of other articles, but I felt like those were some pretty good ones. So, oh, hi, Crystal. Oh, and Kelsey. Hi, Kelsey, and Kirsten, and Charmaine. Hi, everybody. Am I missing somebody? Thanks for joining. So that's some of the stuff I looked at. Okay, so then my question was, is it worth it? Because a lot of the organic produce at the store is quite a bit more money than the conventionally grown produce. And I'm not totally sure the answer of this question. However, it is useful. There is a list put out by the Environmental Working Group, and you can just go to their website and look up the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. And they have a list out for both of those things. So the Dirty Dozen are the foods found with the most pesticides on them. So it's things like strawberries, spinach, nectarines, apples, peaches, pears, cherries, kind of your like thin-skinned fruits. And then the Clean 15 are the fruits and vegetables that have the least amount of produce on them. And so they're things like sweet corn, avocados, pineapples. Cabbage actually is on the list, even though it's not something with like a thick covering, and onions. So you can go and get their full complete list on their websites, and that's kind of helpful, I think. And then I was also going to address, so basically, I think it comes down to that eating a diet that's rich in fruits and vegetables, is whether it's organic or not, is going to have health benefits more so than just skipping out on those fruits and vegetables because you're not sure what to do or you think they're too expensive. And so if all you can afford is the conventional fruits and vegetables, then I would definitely go that route. And what you might want to look into is just getting like a good, you can buy good fruit and vegetable washes at the store, or I've seen tons of recipes where you can make them at home on your own using things like vinegar and lemon juice and like salt and baking soda. They've got all sorts of kind of natural ingredients like that where you can do your own fruit and vegetable wash. And so that would help to remove some of the pesticide residues and things. And then let's see, can I post this after for a reminder? Yes, I will try to figure out how to post a live video. So does anybody else have any questions? Hi, Candy. Thanks for jumping on. Any questions about organic fruits and vegetables? I'm not seeing anything. So that's what I've learned about it. So basically, I think the bottom line is eat lots of fruits and vegetables, buy organic if you can, and if you can't, just make sure you give them a good wash. And thanks for joining. Bye.